mountains seek to bar it from its way, but relentlessly this river seeks its brothers in the sea. Relentlessly this river seeks its sisters in the sea. You will find us in the mainstream, steering surely through the foam, far beyond the raging waters. We see our certain home, for we have mapped this river, and we know its mighty force, the courage that it gives us will hold us to our course. Oh, river of people, together we must go, hasten onward to that meeting where people wait, we know. Hasten onward to that meeting where people wait, we know. One blue sky above us, one ocean lapping all our shores, one earth so green and round, who could ask for more? And because I love you, I'll give it one more try, show my rainbow race. It's too soon to die. Some wanna be like an ostrich, to bury their heads in the sands. Some hope that plastic dreams can unclench all those greedy hands. Some want to take the easy way, poisons and bombs, they think that will do it. But don't you know you can't kill all the unbelievers? There's no shortcut to freedom. Go tell all the children, tell all the parents too. Now's our last chance to learn to share what's been given to me and you. One blue sky above us, one ocean lapping all our shores, one earth so green and round, who could ask for more? And because we love, we have to give it one more try, to show our rainbow race.
Every time, Leslie, every time. Thank you so much, everybody. Let's please send a blessing of love to Leslie as she just blessed us. Thank you. Is there something you wanted to say?
No.
No. Okay, we will just really resonate with the embers of this love and this joy. Yes, thank you. And we will be hearing more from Leslie as this service goes on. We're recognizing that this is a service. This is not a Zoom meeting. This is indeed a holy time that we have entered into formally now, recognizing that life is a holy experience and a holy time. But right now, I'm going to invite all of us to be absolutely as present as you can be. And if you have yet to light a candle on your end, if you're a place where you can and it is safe to do so, maybe not driving in a car, that could be a little dangerous. Let us invoke the sacred flame right now. And I will pray in my own way. And I know that some of you may pray very differently. And that's what makes this so unique, is that that's okay here. We all sit at the table and we all have our beliefs and our paths and our faith. So what we do like to do in unison is take 3 deep breaths. This is important to ground us and center us, especially in a service tonight where we're going to be going off into the ethereal realms. So let us take 3 deep breaths now together. And remember, you can smile on this, friends. We don't have to be too serious about this. You can smile and take a breath in, breathing in. And when you're ready, exhale. Really release and remove all that does not belong to you on that exhale. So let's do this again. Breathing in through the nostrils now, breathing in life, breathing in courage and love. And after we pause for that moment at the top, we exhale. And again, exhaling anything that doesn't belong to you anymore. Anything that you need to release. This is your time and this is our time. And so we try it once more. We breathe in. Fully arriving, holding it at the top. And a nice gentle exhale. And actually, I think we should do that just one more time on this next breath. When you exhale, feel free to make a sound if you would like to sort of make a harumph or any kind of sound that needs to come out. So let's breathe in, my friends. Breathing in. And hold it. And exhale. No one can hear you, so it's okay. It sounds funny. Holy One, we come before you again on another Sunday night. How good it is to be alive. We recognize that not everyone is here, and so we honor and we respect and we love the ancestors and the guides that are watching us, that are holding it down for us, that are in the invisible realms. We give thanks for them, we feel them, and we know that they are here. On this Father's Day, we recognize all the people, all of the fathers, whether it's on this side or in the invisible realms, and also all the people that are acting in that role as father, and all that that brings. We call for a healthiness to this role. We need that so much right now. We need that balance of masculine and feminine, and knowing what that means. We need that ushered into this planet right now as we are reconfiguring and realigning. These are times, God, where we are in fact realigning, yes, and rewiring. And at this service tonight, God, I ask for the usual prayer of healing, yes, and the usual prayer of openness for all of us to receive something, be it from the music, be it from one of our worship team readers reading the vision statement or the mission statement, or something from what I will speak. And I really ask God that in that openness, that there is something that sparkles, some new idea, some may I say, a magic that happens where someone goes, oh my gosh, my life can be like this. Our life can be like this. We can create this. And to acknowledge that place of magic. God, I ask for this is like an open heaven, that this magic is like manna from heaven that is ushered down, where we recognize that we are so much more than any stories or narratives that we have maybe long time committed to or internalized, that we are beyond that. That in this place of magic, that if it can be right now in this prayer, and if we can experience you and that which is good and holy, then why can't it be everlasting? Why can't it be for always? God, we thank you for the divine honor and divine responsibility that is effervescent, that we get to realize these things. So if anyone at this service right now, be it in the Zoom place or on the Facebook or however they may watch it, maybe later on down the line, if they are feeling some amount of fatigue and tiredness and, oh my gosh, I just don't know if I can go on, then may there in fact be energy flowing in and rushing in, and there be restoration. May there be the renewal that they deserve, that they seek. Yes. And that is all there is to know about. God, we do love you, and we see you and we hear you. Thank you for seeing us. Thank you for hearing us. Thank you for loving us. Thank you for this relationship that is ever changing with you, our beloved. You are our beloved, one with many names. And we watch you tonight. We listen for you tonight in this place of magical transformation and connection and presence. So be it, and so it is, even now, right now. Amen. Amin. Ashe. Aho. Okay, let's do it. Let's keep moving forward with Taylor X. Taylor X.
Hello, everybody. It's Taylor X here again. My pronouns are he and him and his. And let's go ahead and do some land acknowledgement here. At this time, we want to take a moment to reflect on the lands on which we reside. We are coming from many places, and we acknowledge the ancestral homelands and traditional territories of Indigenous people who have been here since time immemorial, and to recognize that they are still here, fighting for human rights, lands, and their culture. It is important not only to honor the legacy and lives of the original caretakers of this land, but continue to build our solidarity with Native peoples across the Americas and across the globe. I am in beautiful North Hollywood, and I would like to acknowledge and honor the land of the Chumash, the Tongva, the Fernandino, and the Tataviam. Please take a moment to acknowledge the Indigenous people of the lands where you are located in the chat. Now, we'd like to take this time to acknowledge and honor the many paths and beliefs represented here. We honor all religions, philosophies, ideologies, belief systems, healing modalities, and spiritual perspectives. We honor the life experience and wisdom you have brought here today. We respect you and welcome you into this brave space. And we emphatically state that disrespect, prejudice, discrimination of any kind has no place here. We empower one another through respect and strength to be true revolutionaries of love and justice. We see you, we hear you, we love you. If you have a path, a faith, tradition, belief system, please share it in the chat so we can get to know you better. Also, whoop. Hold on. Okay, I'd like to thank everyone for sharing the memes for the service. We are growing with lovely people from all across the country and around the globe. Again, feel free to copy the memes and share them at will. Share them till you see the white of their eyes. Okay, at Roll, there is one thing we want everyone here and on Facebook to really know. And I mean, really know this down to the marrow in your bones, that you are somebody. You are important. You are a big deal and you matter. We see you, we hear you, we love you. We'll see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Taylor X. Thank you so much. I'm laughing and crying all at the same time. So these are the things, Taylor X, this all of these pieces, my friends, all of this matters, how we are seeding in and flowing into the Roll container at this Sunday night service, even with these jokes that are becoming ritual jokes now, be it from Taylor X or whomever, and also hearing the emphatic statement that you are a big deal. So please really receive that. We mean that here. We all hold this space for you. So if you are just tuning in, oh, everybody send some love to our Facebook family. We're on Facebook Live, so we've shared it on some different pages of Roll. So we love you and we're glad you're watching out there with us. My name is Reverend Felicia Helen Parazader. My pronouns are she, her, hers, they, them, theirs. You can always just call me Rev. A lot of people do. So this thing began, my friends, Revolution of Love began in a place called Berkeley, California on December 12th, 2012. And guess how many people came to the first service? Yes, that's right. 12 people came. 12 people came. So we've been doing it. We've been throwing down ever since with very little break since that 2012 service. And we love what we get to do. You will see that most of the current worship team tonight has a background of the Roll logo. So know that these are the people that are praying it up for you, that are holding space for you. So that way you can see, I see that person right there. Okay. So let's see. The other thing that we always mention here is, as this is a healing environment, please be as present as you can be. You're going to get the most out of it if the more present you can be, the more present you are. We're going to talk tonight. My word of blessing is, it's actually a couple of different things. It's magic and it's transformation. So we're going to come back into ways that we can courageously be present, that we can also connect in a healthier way with one another, and also have, I had to actually look, and also have a more exalted form of compassion. So we'll be talking about that in the sermon as it relates to transformative justice. Everyday transformative justice in the world. If you heard nothing that I said, don't worry about it. It will all be said and repeated again and again. Remember what we also say here, we don't have any requirement as far as faith tradition. If you're brand new, you're watching in, there's no thing around having a religion, even having a spiritual path that you follow. It's whatever you believe, great. You bring it here and we actually can learn from you. However, we do have a caveat. As we welcome all faith backgrounds or people with no faith background at all, we do welcome all racial identities, abilities, status, sexual orientation, class, if I did not already say that, and anyone that is willing to learn and grow. The caveat, though, that I was going to mention is if you are committed to some form of hatred or violence, some systemic oppression, and you're not willing to look at that and heal that, because we all have that within ourselves, then this is probably not going to work. But if there's any inkling towards change making, then let's do it. Let's go for it. And let's stay together on this. We stand with Black Lives Matter. We stand with the movement for racial justice and racial equity that has been happening for so long. And we say what? That we must dismantle white supremacy culture in all its forms. We're very serious about this here. This ministry has always been about naming the ills, the evils, the cruelties in the world, the violence in all of these different forms, naming them so that we can come into solution, so that we can heal and be change makers. I've said that healing and change making quite a few times in this opening introduction, haven't I? So it's important to say it again, so that way we know what we're about and get clear on it. And there's no vagueness. So enjoy your time tonight. And let's keep going and have our revolution of love blessing. What do we say? We see you, we hear you, we love you. We're going to do it 3 times. Please do come off mute. Let your voice be heard. Let yourself be seen. And let's do it. 1, 2, 3. We see you.
We see you, we hear you, love you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So enjoy your time, like I said, and let's keep on riding it. So I'm going to shift it now over to Jay, who will be reading our mission statement. Jay.
Good evening, afternoon, everyone. My name is Jay. My pronouns are she and her. And my word of blessing for today is abundance. And it is for everyone to receive either abundance physically, financially, love, attention, whatever it is that needs to be met in your life, may it be met in abundance. So welcome to the Revolution of Love, our mission statement. An inclusive, diverse global ministry and movement which emphasizes the intersection of inner work and outer work in the world for the purposes of healing and revolutionary change.
Thank you so much, Jay. I love that. Thank you for that blessing word too. And now we will shift over to Trevor.
Hi, everyone. I'm Trevor. My pronouns are he, him, they, them, and I am in Santa Fe, New Mexico. My word of blessing for y'all is joy. The Revolution of Love is a global ministry and movement of spiritual renewal and outreach dedicated to healing, transformation, and action. We embrace people where they are at religiously, spiritually, and welcome those who may be agnostic or atheists. It is a brave space, a place of inclusivity and diversity, where we celebrate our similarities and our differences. It is a vehicle for change, inspiring and motivating us to change ourselves and the world we live in. At the Revolution of Love, we commit to our highest good. We do not enable, co-sign, or align with any system, structure, or policy of hatred, oppression, or violence. We create positive peace. We practice transformative justice. We bring absolute compassion and radical love, and we believe in God with all its names. We are the visionaries and the dreamers, architects of peace, strategists creating a new world of what ought to be today. No matter who you are, what you look like, where you come from, who you love, we welcome you. We love you. The time is now. This is the revolution.
I'm talking and it's, yeah. I actually said, is it the revolution? Yes, it is. Right, Trevor?
Right.
Okay, wonderful. So the time is now. And the time is also time for those announcements. Manny, where'd you go? Manny, are you there?
No. Hi, everybody. My name is Manny Figueroa. I'm located in Las Vegas, Nevada. My pronouns are he, him, and his. And my word for everyone today is intention. Let's make sure we're all intentional at all times. And if no one is around, we're intentional with ourselves because you matter, just like Taylor X was saying earlier. I had to piggyback off of that because it resonated with me too. So we've got some announcements here and some links as always. So they will be in the chat for you to go ahead and copy and paste at your leisure. Happy Pride Month, everyone. Happy Father's Day. To kick things off, please visit our Linktree for a one-stop shop to be informed of all of the latest happenings here at the Revolution of Love. You can sign up there for Reverend Felicia's midweek boost and connect with our with our Roll Facebook group and learn of ways to be of service and get into action. Next, remember that the Revolution of Love is a ministry and a what? Yes, a movement. I saw some lips there. Every week, we present different actions you can take part in. First off, educate yourself. Check out our resources link on our Linktree. Here at the Revolution of Love, we are visionary about what changes look like. Between services, we can educate ourselves so that we may bend the arc toward justice and abolition. Next, remember that the Revolution of Love, oh, sorry, I just read the same sentence a second time, but I guess it's still meaningful there. I wanted to also make everyone aware that Roll is actually taking a break this upcoming July 4th. However, we will be here this following Sunday, June 27th. So please make sure to be here if you were planning on attending. As a heads up, if you weren't listening before, listen up now. Roll will be having a Zoom community meeting this Wednesday, June 23rd. It's going to be at 6 p.m. Pacific. The Revolution of Love will be holding a Zoom community meeting where we welcome you to engage in this time of connection, sharing, listening, and visioning together. At Roll, we are dedicated to living out our values internally and externally as well. This shared time together will deepen the ways we show up for one another here in the ministry and beyond in the continuing movement for justice. Rev Felicia, Gabriella Roscoe, and myself will be facilitating this meeting, and we look forward to seeing you and hearing you. Once again, this will be this Wednesday, June 23rd at 6 p.m. Pacific. Now, if you're in Los Angeles, join our partner About My Father's Business Saturday, June 26th from 1 to 3 p.m. for a pop-up meal to distribute supplies and serve in a way asked of us for our family experiencing homelessness. Location is going to be Fish of West Valley Food Pantry, 20440 Lassen Street, Chatsworth 91311. And that is near Lassen and Mason. I wonder if it's Lassen. It's probably Lassen because Lass. Time is going to be again from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. So we're looking forward to seeing anyone who can make it there. Don't forget, as Rev had mentioned earlier, please visit blacklivesmatter.com, find a chapter near your city. White identified folks, please also look up a local chapter of Surge showing up for racial justice. Surge always has events and calls to action. Please visit their website to register. Also, please check out the work of CLUE, Clergy and Lady United for Economic Justice at cluejustice.org. Get to know the work of our most recent partner, as well the About My Father's Business, by going to their website, amfb.org. Roll is continuing to work with organizations mobilizing for justice and sustainability. Now, for an opportunity for you to get back. Time, energy, and currency are needed to keep the Revolution of Love and ministry and movement going. Your contribution keeps us healthy and sustainable. Go to our Linktree and donate on the second link provided. And if you cannot contribute that way, please spread the word. One way is through social media. We're live on Facebook. As we had said before, hello. Right now, please even use there. Share this to your pages and participate that way. You can invite people, via your social networks. If that's not really your thing, you can do it outside of it. We have many ways to even phone into service if that's your thing. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to Roll's Love Ministry and Movement YouTube channel and Rev Felicia's personal channel. Everyone can give and participate in some way. Thank you for listening, for being present, for being here. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Take good care. But before I leave, I also wanted to leave everyone with one last thing there, and that's know that we're all in this together, because we are. This isn't just your story. This is our story. Yeah, we love you. Take care. Back to you, Rev.
Thank you so very much. Thank you, Manny. So yes, let's see. So just a very, very quick recap. Remember, on Wednesdays, if you're in Los Angeles, there's BLM at 3 p.m. You can join that and be present there to witness. Then there is the community meeting this Wednesday, the 23rd at 6 p.m. And that will be the same link, FYI, as the one you just tuned in on now. It's going to be the same link as our Sunday service. And then Saturday, again, if you're in LA, you can come and be with About My Father's Business and Pastor Kathy Huck and just do the work, do the service work that is so important to do for our family that's experiencing homelessness. Okay, and now Lola is going to also have a brief announcement here. So Lola, over to you.
Hi, I'm Lola. I am zooming in from Los Angeles, and my pronouns are she, her, hers. And I wanted to piggyback on everything that Manny just said about getting Roll out there, because I think it's an extraordinary thing. If you're here, you probably do too. And it's an opportunity to, reach out, give people a chance to experience what we're experiencing and heal as we make change and be in community. So like Manny said, share on your social media, spread the word. I invite everyone. So I hope you will too. Thank you.
Thank you, Lola. And she's not kidding. She does. She is inviting lots of people. So yes, wonderful. If you're just tuning in, we see you, we hear you, we love you. We welcome you to this space. If you're brand new, know that you are in a brave space and a safe space as we can create for one another. Yes. Okay. Now I get to tell you some more about Leslie D. Judd, and I'm going to read to you these words that she wrote. So this is her voice coming in now, and please prepare yourself, my friends. Who I am at this moment is a combination of the past, present, and a dreamer's view of an intentional future. I am temperamental and change from day to day based on whether I'm creating or not. I am persistent. That change is a permanent word in my vocabulary. She goes on to say, growth is continual, whether I slip or move forward. Either way, if I am fortunate and aware, I continue to learn. Consciousness takes work, rest, and self-awareness while and before the slip and forward. If you want a biography of who I am or what I've done, you can go to a website and pull up the information therein. What is important, is I am here today, and the message you hear is meant to be heard from the person I am today without prejudice. Social movements exist through many factions. Some people choose to stay where they are and become change agents through their home base. Others are wanderers, bridge makers, sparks who inspire and encourage consciousness, healers who move on to the next town, the next life. I have been reluctant to acknowledge the roles assigned to me, although I know I am the latter, a wandering bridge maker, medicine woman. Acceptance of my earthly self and the soul that moved into this vessel is sensitive at best. I am destined to start anew each day, placing one foot in front of the other and moving forward to make that mile walked and then start again. What is also important is that we are here now, a river of people taking another step and making choices. May I once again present to you, Leslie D. Judd.
That was intentional to come up with something other than the standard biography. And I think that's what I'll do going forward as to where I am. I'm in Phoenix, where it's now 109 degrees. The AC is turned up so we don't have interference. She, her, and hers, though I prefer human being. This song is one of the 3 vision songs I wrote. The first one I did the first time here, and it was called My Grandmother's Voices, that you can't cover up the sky with your hands. My grandmother was Chickahominy of the Powhatan, and so am I. And I learned a lot from her. She was my comfort. And all of these songs come from her holding when no one else was there to do that. There are rivers we must all flow through, mountains we must all climb, oceans we must cross, through clouds we must glide, and we will listen to our voice within. Each listen to our voice within. Each listen to our voice within. To ourselves be true. Hear the songs of the sparrow. Take rest on the wings of peace. Hold two doves in an open hand. Fly into the breast of the turtle. When it rains, some of us will have shelter. When it storms, some of us will get wet. And those who have shelter will share with those who have none, and we will each listen to our voice within. Each listen to our voice within. Each listen to our voice within. To ourselves be true. Hear the songs of the sparrow. Take rest on the wings of peace. Hold two doves in an open hand. Fly into the breast of the turtle. Where the children lead, we shall go forth. From the center of our earth to the center of our hearts. And what grows anew comes first from changing our thoughts. When we each listen to our voice within. Each listen to our voice within. Each listen to our voice within. To ourselves be true. Hear the songs of the sparrow. Take rest on the wings of peace. Hold two doves in an open hand. Fly into the breast of the turtle. Take rest on the wings of peace. Hold two doves in an open hand. Fly into the breast of the turtle.
Ooh, thank you so very much, everybody. Let's lift it up and give thanks. Thank you, Leslie. Where are you? There, I see you. Thank you so much, Leslie. Listening to the voice within. Everybody, I hope pray you felt that just now. And I hope and pray that you absolutely receive these blessings in so many forms. It's not an accident, my friends. It's not an accident that we're here at 6:44 in the Pacific time on a Sunday. This is a Father's Day. And that there is something moving once again. There's always something moving, whether we're in this service or not. But I do believe that there is something going on in the realms of the heart, and the heart opening and the spirit ushering in. And I'm going to pray right now for the person that may have just a billowing of sorts, a billowing that their heart is just on the brink of feeling that kind of opening. And maybe it's been so very long, maybe it's been a very long time that you have felt this dose of love. And I remember when we say love here, we're not talking about the Hallmark cards, these love songs. We are not talking about just any love. No, we're talking about a love that is, what do we say, the highest place, the highest order, the love that is in the highest realm. This highest realm love, I want you to all feel this if you can. Avail yourselves to it. If there's even just an inkling that you're feeling something stir in the soul, then please, my friends, please go for it. Go for it. Take a risk. Tonight, I want us all to take a risk. Take a risk and go into this place of magic. And wow, I stand corrected, because tonight I thought it was going to look like this, and I thought the talk might look like that. But now, as we moved in this place together, I realized, no, the magic that is love, the magic that is always love, the magic that always must be love. And again, please hear me when I say I am talking about a love that is of the highest. This is a love that is ineffable. You really can't define this. You really can't describe this. This is what this music that Leslie just sung and played for us is, when we heard her voice, the vibrato in her voice, and we went, whoa, what is that? What is that? Let that love be a healing balm. Let this descend upon our souls, and again, feel it. Maybe even touch your chest right now, touch your heart, or wherever maybe you need to have a healing. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's in your heart. Maybe it's in your power center. Maybe it's on your limbs. And receive this as the healing that it has been intended to be. There are no blockages in this place of love, in this magic of love. And this is not a heretical statement that I am saying. That's not in the intention when I use the word magic. For some, that might be a little scary. But this is because we are willing right now, right here, at this vehicle called Revolution of Love, to go into the ethereal realms and to have an experience, to have, oh my goodness, a divine and a healing experience that is maybe unlike anything that we've had ever, or maybe in just a really long time, where you're like in that moment in your life, a de profundis moment, where you're just crying out, oh my God, out of the depths of despair. I can't go on. I can't. Maybe right now, instead, you feel this love of a God in the Most High, or just love of source, and you relinquish, you avail yourself to it. Let's avail ourselves to it. There are not always moments in life like this. I know some of you go unseen, or feeling unseen and feeling unheard, and you feel that, oh, that caught up in the rigmarole. Oh, that isolation, that alienation. Oh, see, no, right here, right now, we recognize that it's something different. It's something different that we get to experience. Oh, yes, of course, it would be best if we were in the live space, wouldn't it? It would be a wondrous thing if we could be in the live space experiencing this energy together. And maybe if it were safe, and I emphasize, if it were safe to have an embrace with each other. But this is what we have. This is what we have. Amen. This is where it's at. Amen. And by God, thank you, God. Thank you, Goddess. Thank you, Source. Thank you, Love, that we have it. Thank you, God, that we get to even be here with each other in so many different ways, recognizing that all of us have so many different experiences of this marvelous journey that is life. Oh, feel it, my friends, feel it. And that the Spirit is ever using us. Oh, it's ever using us. Yes, I thought tonight was one thing. That's that joke, right? When you make plans, God laughs. Let's all breathe. If it so moves you, it's always good to breathe. Remember that as we are expanding out, as I pray that you are taking the risk, really taking the risk, and allowing your heart to just, embers, to just begin to, as you know, I like to say, percolate, to really catch on, to really create the fire. Just in this place of openness and expansion, you remember to ground. It's important to do that too. It's important to never lose our center as we get to create something anew, as Leslie's saying, anew, or in her bio, I guess that was the words she gave us, anew. And just as anything else, actually, this idea about taking a risk tonight, and this magic of love. What is this all really about? Yes, it's about your healing. Yes, it's about our connecting. But I'd be remiss if I said, if I glossed over, and if I didn't say that this is about seeing everything anew, hearing everything anew, imagining everything anew. Why does this matter? well, that's, we could be here all night. At Roll, we say it matters because of the violent systems and the structures that must be toppled down. It matters because of the violence that you've experienced. Let's talk about it more. Let's get real about it. The traumas that you've experienced. It matters because of the pain that you still experience. It matters because of the pain you still experience. I want to say that again. Or the discomfort that you may experience. So when we recognize that there is something that is ineffable that is going on, this magic of love. See, there is a point of ignition. It's a holy moment where we can seize it, take a risk, take the risk, take the invitation. And we can begin to transform. That was actually the topic tonight, was we practice transformative justice, but sticking with this word of transform, recognizing that that is all about, first off, being open to believing that we can transform, and being open that we can heal and transform. See, this is where the anew word from Leslie's introduction is so vital. We can't see in these old ways anymore, whether it's about ourselves or about the world, about our society, about our culture. Oh my gosh, my friends, you think it's a joke? You think it's an accident why we're here right now? Does anybody, do you think to yourself that in fact maybe there is such a thing that we incarnated at such a time as this? Oh, I said to one of you, I believe it was Lola earlier this week, that it takes so much courage to be bravely alive right now. This is not an accident. It's a gift, and it's hard. It's hard. So in this magic, this place of magic, of love, of transformation, I think I will dovetail some of the tools that may be helpful, and that will be our way to move and groove through the rest of this service. Close us out. So transformative justice, my friends, it is a magical thing, and it is something that is completely you have to see anew. And I want to lift up that we practice transformative justice in ways that we often don't recognize and realize. And one of the things that we can do at Revolution of Love is practice transformative justice every day. So just as a recap to last week, transformative justice is different from the justice system that is in place right now. Recognizing that the justice system that is in place right now is punitive, it is othering, it is not anew, there's nothing magical about it. It is us versus them. It doesn't hold the belief that any and all of us can transform. Remember back to the quote that Jay read from Desmond Tutu, saying that the power of transformation always exists. So we have to literally think of it like the train tracks. We have to literally pull the gears on everything that we've been indoctrinated with, and all of the fears and all of the violence. We have to literally pull that gear and go on a whole new track. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? How we have to be very open. So transformative justice believes that any and all of us can change, that there is always a way. And so think to yourself right now, do you believe, first of all, that you can change, that all of us have the power, have that magic to transform? And be honest. And even if you can't get there tonight, that's okay. You can put that on the altar. You can put that on the altar of discernment and just notice. So let's go a little further. So it holds that energetically. Everyday transformative justice specifically it's about connecting. That's why that spirit did move in me, where I said, talking about some of you that I know feel really isolated. I know that there's a feeling of being alienated, of being just disconnected from self and others. And this is with the magic. See, it's really, it's magical of transformative justice. It's saying, no, we are together in this. It is recognizing the divinity. I'm going to add a little bit now. I'm going to add this divinity piece. So like in the book of Genesis, we know that it talks about the Imago Dei. I know I say this a lot, but it's vital for this. It's vital. So it's recognizing not only our own Imago Dei, that you are made in the image of God, or maybe the image of love, but it is recognizing that you and you and you and you and you and you and you. I'm seeing Lola, Lynn, and Ella. I'm seeing Leslie. I'm seeing Trevor. I'm seeing Kimberly. Those are the only names that I can see right now, but all of us here, that we have this Imago Dei. So that is a very important starting point, is to not just remember who we are, because that's awfully inflated, isn't it? But it is important to remember that we, in fact, have the opportunity to see everyone in their glory, in their most exalted form. Now, if someone is not acting from that place, and that happens all the time, doesn't it? Where people they're disconnected, then we have to right our ship. We don't need to stay around that. It doesn't mean that we can't still say, well, somewhere in there is still that Imago Dei. There is still that love within. I believe that it's very occluded right now, and I will have to course correct. Remember, I always say that here: boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. We're not doormats. What were the tools? I don't know if I should go into the tools. Something might be telling me to not do that. Let me just tune in and listen to see. Okay. So I want to talk about 3 C's. Number 1, and you can feel free to write these down: courageously present. Be courageously present. Being courageously present. Number 2, connection. Number 2, connection. Again, connection. And number 3, compassion. It's again, compassion and compassion. Now, these things that I will outline, and not too long, because I really don't want to keep us here too long. These things are very critical when it comes to everyday transformative justice. And everyday transformative justice, let me just be clear one more time, just in case you might not have been here last week. These are the things, my friends, that you know you could do. Say you're worried about a friend. Say, you know, that maybe it's even someone on this Zoom right now, they're not doing well. And it's that moment of reckoning. It's that moment of noticing, going, I should reach out. I should do that. And without hesitation, you move and you do it. You connect with them. Say, hello, this is our save a check-in. This is why I say save a check-ins are so important. You have no idea. We have no idea how we can, in fact, positively impact people with this magic of love, with this magic of everyday transformative justice, okay? So that's one way we can practice everyday transformative justice, is by checking in with people. And what I think often happens, using that check-in aspect as an example, is that, especially now, is people are tired, you might be, and it's hard to do that. Or you think, oh, I'll get to it later. Or you think, I don't know what to say. Or maybe you think, God, they're a lot. That person's a lot. Like, I'm sorry, I can't get on the phone, or I can't even reach out. I think what we're seeing a lot of right now, if we're honest, is that people are overwhelmed. And it's very hard to even think about reaching out to check in on someone when we need maybe the check-ins, right? So that is just one practice of transformative justice. A couple others I'll throw out, and then we'll go into the courageous presence and the connection and the compassion. Other examples of everyday transformative justice look like intervening. If you see something happening maybe on the street, some situation where there may be harm that is imminent, it doesn't necessarily take a professional, it takes discernment. And it takes some of these skills that I'm going to lay on you in a moment, but it doesn't necessarily mean that a professional is needed. People have been doing this for a long time. People have been showing up. This is talking about showing up and connecting. So it looks like, yes, intervening in a powerful way, in a way that is grounded. It also is accountability. It's also being accountable to each other, and not just simply like saying a whimsical, like, well, I'm sorry about that I said such and such. No, about really hearing somebody if they say that harmed me, that upset me, and not putting more info at them, but actually just hearing them. And then listening and tuning into them and what they may need. That's another way we can practice everyday transformative justice. It sounds very simple, doesn't it? And maybe some of you already practice these things, but there's a power when we name them, because then we can amplify it and we can make it that much bigger. So let's get to it. So courageously present, being courageously present. This is going to mean that when you wake up in the morning, that you do what we do at the beginning of the service. What do? We took the breath. We took the breath right before the prayer. So you constantly throughout your day, in order to be present, a simple tool to, be present, and to increase your presence is to actually connect with the breath. I'm sure you've heard this before. It's worth repeating. To breathe and to exhale. There's all sorts of things that you can do to even increase this exponentially, to increase your ability to be present with that breath. Notice how I'm doing this with my hands. You can do all sorts of fun things like this. There's no real rule book here. See, we think, we go to these, think about this. Who's done this? Go to workshops and retreats, all the spiritual shit, right? And, I got to learn how to do this. Well, yes, some of that is very good. You do what you need to do. These are just ideas. These are just ideas, okay? You might have some other things that you go, oh yeah, this works for me better, is talking to my guides, but the spiritual practice of this, of being present, is going to mean, yes, taking a breath, slowing down. I'm not really slow right now. but slowing down. You could also set your phone an alarm every hour to check in, tune in, tune in, tune in, turn up, drop down, tune in, turn up, drop down. Do it every hour. Increase that ability to be present. So many things are always pulling on us, right? So many things. So it happens to me. I'm on social media and then I'm making a cup of coffee and then coming to center, being present. And that increases your presence. So number one, be courageously present. Be willing to, again, take a risk so that you can have that magic of love and magic of transformation come in tenfold. Number two, connection. Connection. This is one of my favorites. Some of you that know me know that I say names a lot. I say your name in conversation. If you know me personally, you know I like to do this. Ask someone their name. Ask someone their pronouns. Don't assume. Don't assume that you think you know how they like to be called. It's important for us to, in order to see people, to hear them, to create safety, say their name. Sounds really simple, but oftentimes people, hey, don't just say hey, hello, so-and-so. Actually really center the person. Wow, it goes so far. It's like, ooh, I just felt that. I felt that connection. I feel that cord between us. Wow, there's an Imago Dei thing going on here now. See, again, you feel this magic. This is how it happens. This is how the reciprocity begins. So the name, knowing someone's name, knowing their pronouns, not assuming, making eye contact. This is all under connection. Making eye contact. And as Thich Nhat Hanh, there's many other things I could say here, but I'll keep it to this last one. Thich Nhat Hanh, the Vietnamese a Zen monk, bless him, talks about deep listening. Deep listening. This means that you have to kind of come forward. You have to really hear somebody. And if you've ever done any acting, there's a thing that actors do. You listen to the subtext. You listen to what maybe is not being spoken. Listen to all the layers. You're willing to really go in, but not in an invasive way. Not in an invasive way. Just really hear people. See, again, the connection. So the eye contact, the name, it's all increasing safety. It's all increasing the connection and the deep listening and the deep listening. So we have now, very quickly, I've gone over this. So I realized courageous presence through breathing, amongst some other things. Number two, connection through the name, through the eye contact, body language is another one, some deep listening. And then this is going to be my favorite one, and we'll close here for tonight, and we'll see next week. We're going to have to do more on this. This is so packed. This is so packed. It's compassion. Number three is compassion. And so if we are going to practice transformative justice, we need to recognize something about this particular tool that we can utilize for that. Because compassion is not kindness, and compassion is not sympathy, and it's not empathy. Compassion is the highest order. And some people actually conflate empathy and compassion, but see, compassion goes where empathy does not. Compassion goes into a whole nother realm, a whole nother level. It is the PhD program of what it means to be with someone, to hold space for someone, to be in love with someone, to be in love with the beloved that is in them, that is working through them. So it's not just merely holding space and saying, I get you. It's actually not we can't get people. We can only really be there with them. We can hear them. We can love them in this highest way. See, compassion, my friends, this is the highest order. And it's going to take a lot for us to shift from even trying to learn kindness. That's okay. We signed up for this. We're here now. And so as I close this out with you all tonight, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for your bravery to stay alive. I want to thank you for your commitment to saying yes and showing up, to seeing things anew, especially if it's really, say around here, you know, you come to these service and you're hearing things like abolition. Like last week, I hit it hard with abolition. You know, I think it's an amazing thing when we are living through such a time as this, where we have, yes, all these opportunities and all these possibilities. And we continue to even struggle with the yes. So I want you to know tonight, when you retire, which may be very soon for some of you, whether wherever you are in the country or even outside of the country, if you're watching this later, that, and this is not really me saying this, that you are loved from the highest place. And that there is something seeking you that is ineffable. Feel the heart open now. And that this magic that is love is already within you. And that any time you tell yourself a different story, that you must fight to abolish that story. Sink deeply into the magic of love that is calling you and that is calling us. Let us not tarry. Let us rapidly embrace the moments of possibility and transformative justice that are always in front of us. Let us create this revolution of love in ways that we never have. And I say this prayer and I say this blessing and I release this word, knowing that it has come from the highest place and the highest order in the most powerful, bold, humble way. And so it is. Even now. Amen. And as we shift gears into another prayer time, recognizing it's really all prayer, I'm going to invite you to put those prayer requests in the chat. And I will open up the space for you to pray in a moment. So if you want to come off mute, you can. If that is not comfortable for you, then you can put it in that chat. Want to remind everybody we are live on Facebook. So for privacy, take that into consideration. Yes. And so, Holy One, we are so grateful for you and your love, knowing that you are our beloved. Yes, in the Sufi tradition, we circle around you, we turn, and our gaze is forever upon you. You are our beloved, and this is the only thing that really needs to matter in this moment. We know that you hear us. We know that hearts are opened tonight, and that if there is any debris of defendedness, that we pray will be boom, just taken away. In a way that is, of course, protected for people, that is safe for people. This is holy work that we get to do, God. We thank you for the healing that comes tenfold. Whoa. And we thank you for the love that is you. I want to say a special blessing of protection upon each and every person that has gathered here tonight. that they truly know who they are and their preciousness, that they come back to it right now. If there's any lie, if there's any obstruction, we rebuke it. We rebuke it. And that they come back to their preciousness, their imago Dei, and let that be left standing, resolute, absolutely connected to it. And so I am going to turn my attention to the chat. Praying for complete, this is on behalf of Lola and Lynn and Ella. Please lift up Camille and Shara. We are praying for complete healing for them. And so we know that healing looks sometimes very differently than we want it to look, but we know also that healing always happens. So for complete healing for Camille and Shara. And now moving to Kimberly, please pray for healing for her physical health and healing for her daughter, Amanda. Yes. We are praying for you, Kimberly, and we cover Kimberly in prayers of love and of comfort and of ease. Yes, we do. And also healing for her daughter, Amanda. May she have that moment. May she have that moment and come back to herself. And now lifting up Aaron. Aaron, yes, we're praying. Oh, it's good to have you here, Aaron. Praying for two families that tragically lost loved ones this week. Also, yes, we will continue those prayers for your healing after surgery this past week. Absolutely, praying and lifting up Aaron and the two families that tragically lost loved ones this week. Asking for prayer. This is Lola. Lola will be having a medical test tomorrow, I believe in the morning. So let us lift her up right now as she is preparing for this medical test, knowing that the results will be those of healing. We ask for that right now, dear Spirit. Yes, we do. And then Manny, a prayer for healing for himself. Absolutely, Manny. We continue to love you and appreciate you, and we call in some radical healing for you right now. And also now on behalf of Bishop Nicholas Brown, some unspoken requests. And so we know that even if they're not spoken out loud, that God is, and so it is happening now, Bishop, and we thank you for asking. We thank you. And so the prayer requests have stopped coming in. I'm going to open it up. If anybody would like to speak a prayer, just simply come off mute. Don't be shy. This is your time. Any prayers?
The thing about racism is it makes us feel really small when someone calls us a cushion head or something like that. It makes us feel really sad, and you should call it racism.
Thank you, Ella. Prayers lifting, and we love you, Ella. We love you. Thank you for your prayer. Other prayers? Let's just hold for another moment. Okay. I don't know. I think there's another prayer. Is there another prayer?
Can you hear me through here?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm having internet issues, but I'm thinking right now, because of that also, of love and light going out to all of the people who are enduring these elements, who have no home, no one to bring them in, to all those who are homed, who are being cut off on resources because of, and charged immense amounts for something that should not be, that they are safe and they find haven, and that if we know them, we reach out and we help them. We bring them in.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you. That actually ties in with the transformative justice. Thank you for that prayer. Yes. Others, please. Anyone?
I want to lift up the replenishing of the strength of you, Reverend Felicia, but also I want to give a prayer of thanksgiving for this call to raise our consciousness, this call to elevate our thinking, which will elevate our heart, which will elevate our actions. Um, it's time, the education that we've been asking for, the things that we've needed to actually shift from being a seer to a thinker now transitions us into being a doer. And where else can you go but to get the education that you need than sitting in a space that's spiritually affirming you to go and to do. I pray for the courage of people to be increased in their engagement during the week with those whom they love and those who will be sent on assignment to them, simply because it is time. As we are saying that we love, how will we put this into action? If we're saying that we care, how will we put this into action? Allowing us to be ready, and not just in action, but literally with the transformation of our heart, because that is how it will be effective. That is how we will get a chance to really prove the presence of God in our lives and the strength of God over our lives. And may those who will be used, I don't necessarily know if I want to use the word tested, but those who will be called upon this week, may you be effective. However it is called for you to be effective, may you actually touch a life, may you actually transform a space simply by your presence, because you're receiving the education that you need, the encouragement that you need, the spiritual strength that you need to actually do so.
Yeah.
Amen.
Amen. Yes. Lifting that up. Lifting that up. Yes. Thank you, Jay. Other prayer requests. Other prayer requests. On the closing this up now. Closing this up. A prayer upon all of us that we recognize that we're here. We are here to serve, and God allow us to serve in a most faithful, a most efficient, a most effective, a most radical way. To be change makers. God, we know that you are guiding us. And so again, our gaze to you, our ear to you, and this recognition is the spark. May it continuously ignite us, and recognizing we're not alone in this. We are not alone. And so, love, Holy One, yes, one with many names, we love you. We give thanks for you. We give thanks for this time. I'm giving thanks for these people right now. I pray that we are all giving thanks for each other. And so I release this word saying, and so it is right now. Amen. Amin. Amin. Ashe. Anaho. Leslie D. Judd will close us out, please, however that looks.
I'm having some internet issues here. So Manny, I'm going to ask you to get that video set up to play. What you'll see, the art you see behind me is done by my sister, Betty Lou Conklin. And she had a son who overdosed and died at the age of 22 of heroin. He had been sober. He had been clean for a year, and this was the last one in him. She took her pain and she transformed it into the art that you'll see in the presentation. I let her choose the music of mine that she wanted behind it. So we call this 3 back in time, and that would be her, Johnny, and me. That's her son, John. And there's a picture in one of the last frames of John, who was well loved. There were like 300 young people who showed up at his service, and they had to open up the outside. And that's how much he affected people's lives. And so we miss him dearly. I know she does. So thank you. Just a note on that, that was prepped for the National Women's Music Festival Women Composers Recitals. So I am grateful to have that to premiere for you all. And I love my sister.
Wow. Thank you so much, Leslie. Gosh, just keep hitting them out of the park. Just keep bringing on that heart-opening chakra stuff. Thank you so much. Let's lift up Leslie. Thank you very, very much indeed. And thank you to the worship team. You can see some of them. We've had the new roll logo highlighted there. So thank you to everybody that's been praying on the wall and lifting up this ministry and lifting all of us up right now. I'm so grateful that we had this time together. And this concludes our time. It concludes our time this evening. So please feel free to come off mute to say your goodbyes. And we hope to see you Wednesday on this link at 6 p.m. We'd love to have you. See you then, everyone.
Thank
Bye
you
for
all.
now.
Bye.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you,
Bye,
Leslie.
everyone.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you so
Lola.
much,
Rev.
Leslie.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank you,
everybody.
Leslie.
Love
Thank
to
you,
you
Trevor.
all.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
You know,
Jay,
Bye, Kimberly.
Thanks,
Bye.
everybody.
Manny,
Love you guys.
Rev,
Love you too, man.
Taylor.
We'll be in the
See you
other
soon.
room debriefing for
Okay.
just for a bit, if you'd like. I'll be in there at least.
Okay. We'll be
Okay.
there.
Okay.
Okay, beautiful.
Okay, bye,
Thank you.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Have a great week.
Bye.
God bless.
God bless you.